Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through this Sunday, July the 19th races at Hastings. We have 8 races on tap. Good card, great weather, and let's get right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good card they put together for the Sunday edition. First race is a Fillies and Mares claiming $4,000 race for non-winners of 2 lifetime. I went to the 5 here. Daughter Derek was claimed last time. Broken maiden for 12.5 her first start. Came back in at 16 against the boys, 4th in command, Chic Bird. That's a tough spot. Went to a 4-non-2 and was claimed out of that race by Jon Snow. Kind of ran a clunker that day, but if she can get back to her previous form like that first race, I don't mind Daughter Derek in here. In the second spot, I put Lover's Lyra out of the Sylvia Gregory barn. Previously trained by William Levanaway. The horses that have gone from William to Sylvia, she's doing a very good job with, like, Laundered Money has gone, right up the ladder. Does attract leading rider Richard Hamill. I don't mind Lover's Lyra in here at all. I got him in the second spot, her in the second spot. And the third spot, I put Cassidy Command out of the Phil Hall barn. Been knocking on the door in these races all year long. Good 4th last time behind the Tenant, Country Pearl, and Charming Silver. 5-1-6 for me.
Yeah, I went to the 6-horse Cassidy Command and went it. I didn't see a ton of speed in here. I think Cassidy Command is going to get the lead. She's been a very busy, I don't know how you can run 7 times in a year already. We can't seem to get a horse to run in twice. But I mean, this horse making its 7th start already. But if you're non 2-4, you get to run every week. And Cassidy Command, I think, gets into a good spot here. Gets the lead. Sean Savici rode her last time, got into a little trouble, actually caused a lot of her own problems last time, and I think she'll be tough to overhaul. There won't be any troubles, won't be in behind horse. I think she's going to get the lead. Yeah. I put the 5-horse Daughter Derek in for second, and as you mentioned, ran against the boys. If you want to get a mare off form, run her against the boys. And that happened, and she's had trouble getting back on the rails, but has been claimed, and we'll see if she can improve. She definitely has the ability. And I gave the 4 Interactive Mining a shot.
I looked at Interactive Mining,
Last year, she ran well fresh, and her best races were her first couple of starts. This year, ran into a race with no pace. Maybe she needed the race, but her works were decent. But perhaps a better.
So definitely effort. Move forward in her second start.
So that's what I'm hoping for. There wasn't a lot. I didn't love Magic Thunder or Country Pearl, or Lover's Lyra. So I went 6-5-4. On to the second race, some $25,000 3 and up here.
Nice race here.
A mile 16th, got a field of 5 to go postward. I ended up on the 4-horse, Senor Rojo. I love this old boy.
Rojo.
He's a cool horse. All he does is win races when he's in the right spots. He finally gets a race where there's going to be some speed in it. He did lose the Tracker 2 starts back, but Tracker got the lead easy. No one chased him. And he ran away and hid. Got stablemate Go for Guinness in the race. There's going to be more of a pace in the race. I think Richard Hamill, who's won a pile of races on Senor Rojo.
Yeah, he knows him well.
Yes, he does. And I thought that was an encouraging sprint last time. I just like his losing efforts even. He's still run. This guy's still got run. I know he's at an advanced age, but he's still got run. And I like Senor Rojo to win it. I put his stablemate Go for Guinness in for second. He gets out of those tough stakes races. He's a cool horse when he gets out there on the lead. And I put the 1-horse Tracker in for third. He's always been pretty salty for $25,000, but this is a tough 25. And they waited the jail turn. They could have run him for 35. They opted not to. Come back and worked okay. And but he's a cool horse too. There's some nice horses in here. I went 4-2-1, but I like Dad's duel.
Pops 2.
Yeah.
I got the same horses. I did put Tracker on top because his last 2 efforts, when he was in for 25, were very good. And Anita Bolton, 75% off the claim. She's ran 4 horses back off the claim. 3 of them are winners. I put Tracker on top. I think Pedro Alvarado will suit this horse well too, as he does like to be on the lead. I put Go for Guinness in the second spot. I see those 2, going out battling, but I think they can hang on. And I put old boy Senor Rojo in the third spot, as you mentioned. Good to see Richard Hamill back aboard him. He's made $450,000, probably about $300,000 of that came with Richard Hamill in the irons.
And he rides him like 1 inch off the rail.
That
horse's rear end and shoulder are that far off the rail at all times when Richard rides him.
So I went, what'd I go?
And Tracker gets out, so he'll go inside him.
1, 2, and 4. Yeah, they could be. Yeah, those 2 could be drifting.
Tracker ended up in the middle of the track last time.
Drifting off the rail. Rojo could come up and get it. I went 1, 2, and 4 in the second. On to the third, maiden 16 for 3 years and up, going a mile and a 16th. I went to the 4 here, Heartset, not a wise guy pick, a high-priced son of Super Saver that should like the distance. Super Saver, of course, was a Kentucky Derby winner. Good second, just got beat a neck last time by Too Much Johnson. Looked like a winner, got collared late by Too Much Johnson, and he looks like a standout for me in here. Then I went with girls. Rosie's Notice, Rosie's Notice is a boy. Rosie's Notice, running for 25, now drops in for 16. Good effort last time. Only got beat 5 3/4 by Crackdown, who won by 4 3/4. So we only got beat, like half a length for second. Rosie's Notice fits well in here under Pedro Alvarado. And I put the girl, Anastasia Lass, been dying to run long. And she's back in a week, which is very unlike Dave Forrester to run them back in a week.
Right.
So I like the fact that he, feels that she just didn't fire at all last time. Dying to go long, I could see her get up to get a piece of it. I went 4, 1, and 5.
Yeah, you'll notice.
The name always throws me off on Rosie's Notice.
I know.
I always think it's a filly.
Because it's got a Catahoula Rose,
Yeah.
and so Rosie. I know it really
Lauren.
is a filly. I know. Nice going, Lauren.
Filly trapped in a gelding's body.
Jenner. Bruce Jenner. Back to horse racing.
Back to horse racing.
Heartset is your horse to beat. Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice runner-up effort to Too Much Johnson. Like, as you mentioned, the horse is bred to run on. Rosie's Notice is bred to run on. This horse will run. Unfortunately, it has to run back in a week. It wasn't the game plan. There was a race scheduled next week that got bumped up to this week. So if you want to run long, you got to surface in the lineup today.
They don't come around too often.
No, they don't. They need long races to go.
Better hop
for
on that
certain
train while you
horses.
can.
And so Rosie's Notice certainly bred to run on, and hopefully he runs well. And I put the 2-horse Royal Briar in for third. Not that I don't like Dad's filly Anastasia last, but just it's
the girl against the boys. She's up against
it's a difficult assignment. But just no filly races being offered or filling, and it's tough. But Royal Briar, who ran well last time, I went 4, 1, and 2 in the third. On to the fourth race. Got some maiden $4,000 fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. You got to really scramble in here to find something delicious. And I went to the 2-horse Angel's Victory for trainer Daryl Stewart. Good runner-up effort to Yakula. Looks like the speed of the race. That was all. That was enough for me. The one stranger, I put the 5-horse, put Sarah on. This horse has been training reasonably well. Out of a good race mare, Proud Bella. Storm Victory. There's definitely some pedigree there. And Pedro and Pat have done well in the past. So, at least the horse is undefeated. So I'm going to give the horse a shot. It hasn't proven that it can't run yet. And I put the 4-horse Striding for Gold. I'm going to throw the last race out going long. Shortens up to 6.5. Good runner-up effort to 4 Feathers prior to that. I got 2, 5, 4. I don't got a lot to say about the race.
I don't have a whole lot to add. I got the same ones. I got Angel's Victory on top. Was running for 12.5. Dropped in for 4. Ran a huge race at a big price. This got collared by a heavily favored Yakula. This race is not overly tough. Controlling speed. Jeff Birmingham could be gone.
The time to get her was last time, Noller. 36 to 1.
You're
going to get 2 to 1
exactly.
this time, or 3 to 1.
I agree. Put Sarah on. Pat Jarvis, Pedro Alvarado, the first-time starter. Pat Jarvis starting to heat up. She won a couple races last weekend. She's a better horsewoman than what her stats have been showing.
It happens. Streaky game.
Exactly. It's a cruel game. Pat's starting to heat up, so I got that one in the second spot. Striding for Gold, as you mentioned, good second behind 4 Feathers, 2 back. Then ran up into 8, ran into Bubbly on Ice and Shayla's Rose. Better horses, so she definitely fits in here too. I went 2, 5, and 4. Same as Mike in the 4th. On the 5th, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of the year, claiming 4,000, going a mile and a 16th. I've gone to the big dropper in here, number 7, Franzer's Finest. Dropping from 16. He was running against Bear Rock and Roll and Iskar and Mark. And
ridiculous.
Before that, Tracker and El Capone and Senior Rojo. This is considerably softer.
Yeah.
I think it's Franzer's Finest race to lose. I went with the 2 Ambidextrous Duke, another one that's taken a big drop. Was running for 16, then went into those allowance races against Weinstock and Cowboy Commander. Drops into $4,000 level, takes the blinkers off, adds leading rider Richard Hamill. A lot to like about Ambidextrous Duke. I got him in the second spot. And Minstrel's Time, Mike Source, 2 seconds in a row. Mike picked it both times. Just got collared late by Texas Buccaneer in the last. I went 7, 2, and 4.
I agree with Francis Finest. Definitely the horse to beat on the class drop. And, there's no 12 5s, 8s, or 62s going because the starter series takes
he'll get the distance.
All the horses away.
Yeah.
So you got to go to 4, and he's definitely going to get the distance.
Yeah, all his wins come at today's distance.
This is a tough $4,000 race. I like Promise Glory for second. I'm going to give this horse a shot just because I think there's going to be a lot of activity. You got Ambidextrous Duke, the 2-horse, the 3 Burnaby Baron. The 8 Timber Topper likes to race near the pace. Even Matty the Bull going along will be up near the pace. I just think there's going to be action up front. And Promise Glory wasn't disgraced last time to Texas Buccaneer and Minstrel's Time, but just got a little far back.
He's a hard-knocking little guy,
in a
too.
paceless race. There was no pace on. 13 and 4 or something for the 3/4.
Yeah.
This is way too slow. So it's almost 114. So Promise Glory is going to get something way faster than that. So I'm going to give that horse a shot at a big price. And I put the 3-horse Burnaby Baron blinkers off, dropping back in for 4,000. This horse has always been dangerous when he's on the lead.
Another one that will like the distance.
And the lead, going along, this horse might be able to get the lead.
Yeah.
Sprinting, the horse can't get the lead. You look at any races that he got the front end or near the front end were his best races in his career. So there might be something there if Alex Marty can get him out there for Nancy bets. But I went 7-9. I like Francis. Francis is fine as your horse.
He's a horse
7, 9, and 3 in the 5th race. On to the 6th. Got 2-year-olds here. $25,000 claimers going 6 furlongs. I ended up on the 7-horse Sal. I like the fact that he's got a race under his belt. I know it was just for the 25. Didn't show a whole lot in the race, but it wasn't a 3.5 furlong horse. He didn't break particularly quick, didn't break slow, but was just in mid-pack, and he ran on. He's come back with a decent couple of works, and this horse, I think he would rather go the two-turn race. So I'll go to Sal to win it. Put the 3-horse It's a Factum for James Redekop, and Anita Bolton. Bought him for $32,000 of the Keeneland sale. He ends up running for $25,000. They don't love the horse, obviously, but still, you can probably run a bit. Connections know how to get horses ready, so I put that horse in for second, and I put the 8 Silent Native. I had to pick one at Phil Hall's too. I went with Silent Native. He's been working with the 6, the filly Cyclone Cindy, and I went Silent Native for third for the Gunthers. But 7, 3, and 8 for me. I like Sal.
I didn't put Sal in. I looked at him and I got discouraged.
I know, it's an awful race. It was good. I don't mind awful races going 3.5 furlongs. Not awful, within reason.
Yeah.
But the experience is huge.
Yeah.
And going 6 furlongs. This
He's
horse might be on the
over there.
lead.
He's
This horse
got through it.
could be on the lead. He's running against 7 first-time starters.
Yeah.
And he might just get out there and not be caught.
I looked at Sal and I passed
That's
on
all.
him.
I've noticed horses run great races, not great races, but better races. Second
Take a
time
big
out.
step
First
forward
time
in the second
out,
start,
they
yeah.
just deer in the headlights, run that.
As
What's
Mike
going
would
on?
say, go down to the paddock and have a look at him. I went to the 3 It's a Factum, basically just top connections. James Redekop, Anita Bolton. Pedro Alvarado's very good on 2-year-olds. As you mentioned, they paid a good price for him at the sale, or her at the sale, I should say. And these guys all teamed up for a nice win last week with Adichia. I put the 6 Cyclone Taylor in the second spot.
Cyclone Taylor?
Cyclone Cindy.
Cyclone
I'm looking
Taylor.
at Taylor Anderson. It's my dyslexia coming in there.
No, well, there was Cyclone Taylor.
There was a Cyclone Taylor back
yes.
100 years ago.
Won the Stanley Cup, Vancouver
About 100
Millionaires.
years ago, yeah. I went with the other Phil Hall horse. You were looking for one of the Phil Hall ones. I went with the other one, Cyclone Cindy. Just a few more works on the page. Could be a little bit more seasoned for this one. And the third spot, I put Chestnuts Gold out of the Charlene Miller barn. Works look decent. Debuts on the LASIX program. Richard Hamill rides. I went 3, 6, and 4 in the 2-year race.
I can see that horse. Yeah.
Race I had a lot of trouble with. On to the 7, 3-year-olds and up 16,000, non-2, non-3 BC breds, mile and the 16th. I landed on the 2 here, Wonderworld. 2 good seconds. Got beat by a well-meant Richter Red last time. The time before that, he tried to run down Spirit River, who had the lead the whole way. Both those races went in 16 and 2, very quick for conditional $16,000 claimers. Moves to Pedro Alvarado. I like Wonderworld in here quite a bit. The second spot, I put Call It Even. Good second behind Kiss 'Em Goodbye, who was a nice little horse last time. Only got beat 3 lengths. Another one trying to run down Kiss 'Em Goodbye, who was on the lead all by himself. And in the third spot, I went to the 7, Strangely Arousing. Big effort to win this race, 2 back. Threw in a bit of a clunker last time, but I'll go for him to rebound. Brian O'Connell having a very good year, batting 40%. I went 2, 4, 7.
Yeah, I agree with the 2-horse Wonder World. This horse finally gets out to his best distance, been sprinting and sprinting a while, and getting good seconds in fast times behind accomplished 6.5 furlong horses. But this is his distance, and I think he will break through and get a win. I gave the 5 Bandoliero a shot. This horse went some crazy fractions when running second last time and was disqualified. Got claimed out of that race. I think this horse can find the front in here. I didn't see a speed horse in the race. Bandoliero is going to get the lead and won't need to go 23 flat, 46, 111 to do it. And he's got a little back class to him. He's running against some better horses. I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse, have a shot in here. It'll be leading into the stretch. And I put the 7-horse Strangely Arousing. I agree on the stretch out. This horse could be dangerous. Good win 2 starts back at this level.
Yeah, and the one he won 2 starts back, he made a big closing move, so he could be a nice distance horse.
2, 5, and 7 for me in race number 7. On to the 8th and final. Got some $8,000 claimers going a mile and 16. These are non-2, non-3 lifetime, non-2 KY breds or whatever, and
Yeah.
non-3BC breds, going a mile on the 16th. I ended up on the 3-horse Rebus. I liked Occupy Vancouver last time. I picked him. Got the right
paid a good price. Yeah.
because there was a pace in the race. And unfortunately for Occupy Vancouver today, I don't
There's
think
not
there's
much
going to be a
gas,
23. Well, the aforementioned Bandolero was
Yeah.
in the race, and
Yeah.
there was a bunch of tomfoolery going on. There was an inquiry. Rebus got checked sharply and was moved up to second. But Rebus was the best horse in that race. Even though I got lucky and Occupy Vancouver won the money, Rebus was the best horse. I got to go to Rebus to defeat Occupy Vancouver. Stone Ridge Raider for me was the third best, but I like 3 and 2, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I went 3-2. I like 3 the best.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. Rebus had a terrible trip last time. Checked sharply, just going to the turn as he's making his move.
I know,
And then when he
was
kind of gets out, starts going again, Occupy Vancouver comes and kind of swamps him a little bit too. So very tough race for Rebus. I think he's your horse to beat near Occupy Vancouver. I got in the second spot. Big number last time, right? A big 70 buyers. You mentioned you picked him last time. A clever, wise guy picked him.
Well, I got lucky though. I got lucky because Rebus was best.
Yeah,
Rebus
yeah,
was
yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah. Rebus did kind of get the
Occupy
snow job
Vancouver
there.
got the money.
And Stone Ridge Raider, I agree for third. I got 3, 2, 1. Same as Mike in the nightcap. That'll do it for the analysis of the Sunday program. Up next on screen will be picks.
Yep,
Mike, as
the
always, you're up
selections.
first.
Here we go. Back in race number 1, I went to the 6. Kansas City Command 6-5-4. Race number 2, I went to the 4. The veteran Senior Rojo 4-2-1. Race number 3, I went to the 4. Heart Set 4-1-2. Race number 4, I went to the 2. Angels Victory over the 5. The first time starter put Sarah on, but I think you need a few in this race. I went 2-5-4. Race number 5, I went to the 7. Francis Finest on the big class drop 7-9-3. Race number 6, I'm going to take a shot on the 7. Sal with his experience edge. I'll try 7-3-8. Race number 7, I went to the 2. Wonder World gets back to his preferred distance. He's going to be really tough, Wonder World, I think. I went 2-5-7. And then the 8th and final, I went to the 3. Rebus. He's another one that's going to be tough. 3-2-1 in the Sunday finale.
On to my picks in the first, I went to the 5, Daughter Derek over the 1 and the 6. In the second, I went to the 1 horse, Tracker over the 2 and the 4. In the third, I agree with Mike on the 4, Heart Set over the 1 and the 5. Actually, we're pretty much the same from here on out.
Yep.
In the fourth, number 2, Angels Victor over the 5 and the 4. In the fifth, number 7, Franzer's Finest over the 2 and the 4. In the sixth, I went to number 3, it's a Factum over the 6 and the 4. In the seventh, number 2, Wonder World over the 4 and the 7. And in the nightcap, the 8th, number 3, Rebus over the 2 and the 1.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. That'll do it for this edition. Hopefully we've given you a little bit of information, enough information to get you headed to the windows with some, hopefully some winning decisions. We need you making money. If you're not making money, we're not doing things right. Well, at least you're cashing some tickets and making it a little fun.
At the very least, we gave
Nobody wants to go over 8,
right.
and we've done it, believe me.
At the very least, we gave you something to throw out.
Yes, I know, as Glenn Todd would say, yes. But yes, racing resumes next Saturday, July 25th. Once again, the Saturday, Sunday. BC Cup is fast approaching. But
As well, a date to keep an eye on the calendar, August 2nd, which is a Sunday. American Pharoah is running in the Haskell, so that's definitely a day you want to mark on the calendar. Big weekend that week on the 2nd. American Pharoah runs it on the 3rd, BC Cup day, so 2 great days of racing. Fast approaching.
if you like cars too, we got the horsepower show here.
Oh, yes.
This Thursday,
Thursday the 23rd.
because we won't have it for next week. Yes,
right.
Thursday the 23rd. You
Classic car show.
You
here at the
love
Derby. We did one
classic
last month. It was
cars.
a big hit, and we're doing it again. Great.
Place is packed. I mean, there's some cool cars here. I know.
Yeah.
There's some real neat old vintage cars that are will be on display.
Classic horsepower.
Yes, right out here in the parking lot in front of the Derby Bar and Grill. So on Thursday, please do check it out. It's on the Derby Bar and Grill website too for all times and everything. But please do check that out. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.